had to move undercover because it started to rain. So hopefully there's enough light to be able to see what we're looking at today. We're gonna see which ones need to stay in for another week of tumbling in one, and what stones are ready to move on to stage 2. Cleaning off the lid. This is the grit in the slurry, or in the water, that creates this slurry. And it started out as a 60-90 grit, and as it grinds down, it gets really powdery and it doesn't do its job anymore. So that's why after a week you want to check your stones to see which ones are ready to move on and what needs to stay in. So this is what the slurry looks like. So in stage 1, you don't need any ceramic media to cushion, because you are trying to grind these down to get cracks and chips and things out. Some of these have been in here for just a week. Some of these have been in here for a couple weeks. And a few have been in here for more than a month. So let's see what we got. So you're looking to get out these major flaws here. I think I'll put, oh, there's still a deep one here. I'm gonna put this back in and have it go for another week, and we'll check to see what it looks like. Same with this one. This is still have some blemishes that I'd see if I could get worked out. And these bigger ones take a little bit longer because they're bigger. They have bigger blemishes to get out. Here's another one. Needs to go back in. This is kind of rough here, so I'd like to see if I can work that out. Ooh, same with this one. This one might be in for a while. And this one has got a spot that I'd like to work on. This one's still pretty rough. This one has a little blemish yet that I'd like to work on. Okay, so this one is pretty smooth as far as not having a lot of blemishes. This one I'm going to pull out and move on to stage 2. And this one has a pretty big blemish. It's smooth, but this here is pretty rough. This one is wearing away in between the quartz. I'm gonna try it for another week. This one is still pretty rough. I think this is smoky quartz or a milky quartz of some sort. This one feels pretty smooth. We'll see if it can move. It's gonna move on to stage 2. Looks like some kind of granite. It needs another week in stage 1. Yeah, this one has not smoothed out a lot. We're gonna keep that one in stage 1. This one has some blemishes yet I'd like to try to work out. This one's interesting. I might pull this one out and see how it goes as is. This one can go to stage 2. Right there. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to keep it in stage 1. This needs to stay in stage 1 as well. I'm going to move this one on. See if I can work those out yet. I couldn't decide. We're gonna go back to stage 1 if there's any question. Yeah, major stage 1. I'm gonna move this one on. This one must have fallen off of another rock. Ooh, this one looks like a heart. That's pretty cool. Almost put that one in the wrong one. Okay, so these we're going to tumble again in stage 1. And I'm going to have to add new rocks into this to bring that level up high to the 2/3 to 3/4 full. And you want a mix of small and large, because the small ones can get into those smaller areas and kind of help smooth that out. So I will find some rocks to fill this in, and the ones that I decided to move on, I'm going to clean off. Okay, so this is my container of rocks ready to go in stage 2. I set them aside until we can get enough to fill a tumbler. So I'll put some of these in here, waiting for them to go next. Some of these that I think might be quartz, I've got a different container for. We'll put those in a different container. So these will wait until I got a tumbler open, and I can start stage 2 with them. So this is the tumbler that we just went through, and I brought out some more rocks that I'd like to tumble. Don't think I'm going to put this big one in just yet until some of these other smaller ones, or other big ones I should say, are out. So I'm just gonna throw these in here. There's some quartz, I think. And again, I just picked these up while walking around. Some of them look better when they're wet. Well, I can't decide if I want to put one of these big ones. Yeah, we'll go with one. See how it does. So, next will be the 6090 grit and back on the tumbler. Okay, so that first barrel is going to be on for 7 days. Got another barrel to go through. It's got some other kinds of stones that I wanted to tumble separately. So I will show you what those are here in just a minute. being fidgety. There we go. Clean this lid off of the slurry. So generally in stage 1, I don't put ceramic media in, but I was running out of rocks to put in here, so I needed to get something in here. So to fill it up, I used ceramic media. These I'm really excited about. There's some agates in here, some quartz, some amethyst, petrified wood. This one's gonna be fun to look at. So this is Montana agate. This is a pretty big piece. Can you see it's kind of translucent? You've got some inclusions, some lines. Still trying to get this kind of smooth. I'm gonna go another week. This is a Montana agate that's got a really deep crevice in as well. So it's gonna go back in the tumbler for stage 1, but isn't it beautiful? This is petrified wood. You can kind of see the wood grain. It's looking good, but I still would like to see if I could smooth this out a little bit more. So this one's gonna go back in stage 1 again. This is carnelian agate. Oh, isn't that pretty? This one's ready to move on to stage 2. So that's not gonna go back in. This is some rose quartz. Yeah, it still has a big crack in it and a deep thing in there. Yeah, it's gonna go back in stage 1. Another rose quartz. It's gonna go back. Rose, these are hardness of 7 or so on the Mohs scale, and that is MOH apostrophe S scale, Mohs scale. They rate the hardness of rocks. Diamond being the hardest at 10. Talc is like a 1. These mostly are around a 7, so they may take a little longer to tumble. Another carnelian agate. Yeah, I want to work on that smoothness some more. This is a beautiful amethyst. I think I'll move him on. Rose quartz again. There's a few more. I'm gonna put it back in stage 1 But isn't that pretty? This amethyst looks good. This one looks good as well. So I have a separate little container of all of these waiting to move on to stage 2. So hopefully soon I'll be able to move these guys all on to stage 2. There's a tiny one. That one looks good. Big chunk of rose quartz. He needs to tumble a little longer. He needs to tumble a little longer too. This one's looking nice, but I don't know if you can see right here that little white, that's part of the carnelian agate and inclusion. You can kind of see into it a little bit. Beautiful. Oh, this one is looking really good. Look at purple on there. This is another carnelian agate. And it's going to go back into stage 1. So is this one. This one looks good. This amethyst is beautiful. But there's another crack. This one's going to go back in for another week. That's done. That's done. These are done. The little ones seem to be done and ready to move on. It's the big guys that need more time. That one needs to go back in. That one needs to go back in. This is a nice big carnelian agate. Can you see the lines? Those are water lines. Pretty cool. Couldn't decide. Oof. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the purple on that. Oh. This, I think, is one of my favorites as well. Look at that. It's pretty neat. Looks like I'm going to have to add more ceramic media to fill this back up because it's getting low. But another week in stage 1 for these guys. And these are what are moving on.